Hey treasures, welcome back to my channel. So I went blonde for my birthday. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's cute, right? Blonde's good. I am going to be telling a story in honor of it being my birthday, and I'm going to be talking about the worst birthday that I've ever had. And no, I won't be talking about the one that just happened like 2 days ago. Well, when I actually put this up, it'll be 4 days ago. It'll be 6 days ago whenever this comes up. So I'm not going to be talking about that one. I'm going to be talking about the one that happened the 2 years prior to this one. So if you want to listen to the time that I had the worst birthday ever, then let's continue with this video. So I was turning 24 at this time, and I had just started working at my current workplace, and I, had like made new friends. I had my old friends still, and so me and my brother were twins. And if you haven't seen my brother, he is on this channel. He is like in an earlier video. I will have that link below if I remember. And so me and him typically always do it together, but this year, like, I was just thinking about myself, and I was just thinking about what I wanted to do, because I don't know, I was just like, we're getting older now, and he had his own life, and not like he always had his own life, but it was like he had his girlfriend and like his set of friends, and I had like my set of friends. And so I was pretty much just thinking about like myself and like what me and my boyfriend were gonna do and like our friend group and stuff. I ended up going and talking with my boyfriend at the time, and we were discussing like what I should do, and I was like, you know what, we should get an Airbnb like downtown, and it'll be sick, and I just have like my friends staying with us and like his friends, which was like my friends, and like it would be cool. It'd be like a nice like little vibe type thing. And then my brother kind of heard wind of like what I was doing, and he was upset that I was like doing something without him. And so I was like, okay, fine, you can join whatever, we can do something else downtown, and then it'll be fine with your friends included. And so he was like, okay. So we ended up going to this like adult play place, and then it just so happened that my brother was like, okay, I also want to stay in an Airbnb. And I was like, well, shit, because at the time it was gonna be me and my boyfriend. Obviously we were gonna stay in the same room, and then my best friend, and then my friend from work, and then me and my boyfriend's like two other friends. So it's hard to find a place like bigger than that. Even finding a place for that many people was a struggle. So finding a place for my brother and his friends, I was like, absolutely not. Like, I don't know how that's gonna happen. And he got very upset with me. And the thing is, when my brother is upset with me, I can't stand it. My brother is like my life, so I can't stand it when he's upset with me. So I had to try and mend the situation, just because that's just the type of twin that I am. I ended up talking to my friend, and ended up finding a place, and I was like, okay, there's like 3 couples on this. I can probably like finesse something, and if anything, I can just give up my room and I can just sleep on the couch or whatever. So I ended up doing that whole thing, and I said to my brother that he could come, but I'm like, none of your friends can stay because this is supposed to be my place anyways, whatever, it costs this much, yada yada yada. So one of my friends wanted to invite her boyfriend, and for the sake of the story, we're gonna call her Sandy. I don't know. So Sandy wanted to invite her boyfriend, and I was like, okay, that's cool, because I wanted to meet him. And keep in mind, at my workplace, I had only been working there for probably like 6 months, 7 months. So I'm still getting to know people, but like me and her were pretty cool, and I liked her a lot. So she had started dating someone around the time when I had started dating my boyfriend. And so, I was like, I want to meet him, like, that's like what friends do. And she's like, okay. And she had told me that he was going through something financially, and that he wouldn't be able to pay for it. And I was like, okay, well, I really want her to come, and I wanted, I knew that she'd be happier if her boyfriend was there. So I was like, okay, I can help pay for it, like pay for his part in the room if, he wants to come and whatever. And she's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, I'll help. Like, and this is what is going to be, kind of a lesson that I learned. And oh my God, stay tuned for that. So I ended up, you know, paying for my boyfriend. I ended up paying for myself, obviously, and I had paid half for my friend's, for Sandy's boyfriend to come, okay? So it comes to being the night of, and I'm going downtown. I'm getting downtown with my sister, and we're trying to find like where this condo is. And then we end up finding it, and it's like a really, really nice place. And so I just so happened to, be like, okay, cool. We chose like a cool spot, whatever. And we had to get down there, then we had to go change and like get ready, and then we had to go down to like the adult play thing. So we were like getting dressed, and there is meeting us down there before he drops off his stuff, and then we're going to be going down there. So we ended up going down there, and my friend ended up meeting us there. Sandy ended up meeting us there. And so it was me, my sister, my best friend at the time, and Sandy that was there. And my boyfriend and his friend ended up like being late, and I was pissed off because I was like, you're literally my boyfriend, like how are you late right now? What the hell? Because by the time that I had gone down there, like I used transit and he was driving down. So I was like, how can you be late right now? This freaking sucks. Like, you're driving. How can you even be late? And I'm talking like there was like several hours from when he told me he was going to be leaving. So I was like, it doesn't take that long, especially if you're driving. What the hell? So I ended up going to the, with everyone there, which means like my other sister was there with her now husband, and my brother and his friends are there. And so we're all like eating and stuff like that. And I'm just getting more and more pissed off because my phone is currently dying and my boyfriend's not here. And I'm just pissed off because I was like, how can you not be here for pretty much like the party, And so then after we're done eating or whatever, and I decided that I'm going to go back to the condo and wait for my boyfriend to come and his friend. And so all people in my party, which was like my sister, my other sister, and her but now husband, and then my friend, my best friend, and Sandy are all walking back to where the condo was because it was close. And so then we ended up going back there, and my boyfriend's still not there. And by the time that he ended up getting there was when all my brother's friends at the the adult play place, were done playing there or whatever and coming back to the, our room so we could just like play drinking games and all those things. And my boyfriend's still not there. And eventually my boyfriend ended up getting there and with his friend and their friend or whatever. And I'm just so pissed off. And so they obviously missed whenever we were eating. So they're like, I'm hungry. Let's go out and find a place, whatever. Which I, didn't blame them because no one brought food, obviously. Like, we weren't out to go eat because that was part of the party. And so my boyfriend's friend was like, okay, we should go find a place to eat. And my boyfriend's like, yeah, like I'm gonna come with you guys. And I was like, is this a damn joke? This has to be a joke. There is no way. I hate that I'm clapping. There is no way that you're like 5 hours late, and as soon as you get there, you're telling me that you're gonna leave again for another probably hour and a half to go get food right now. I don't care that you're hungry. I'm sorry. I don't care that you're hungry. I don't care that you want to stay with your friends. Like, no, that's not a thing. Like, it's your girlfriend's birthday party. What are you doing even? Like, I was so mad because you could have them get food and come back, but instead you just got there and you already want to leave. I honestly wanted to be like, bro, just stay gone. If you're leaving, stay gone. So he didn't end up leaving because he could tell that I was very pissed off, like, and so they ended up ordering food to come to the condo, so he didn't end up leaving because I was going to be so pissed, and I actually would, like, let him stay out there. I would not let him come back in. But the way that I was mad, yeah, there was, like, absolutely no way. So Sandy's boyfriend didn't end up coming. And so I was like, okay, this is how the room's going to go. I'm going to get a room with my boyfriend. My brother's going to get a room with his girlfriend. And my best friend and Sandy can now share a room because Sandy's boyfriend didn't end up coming. So like they could stay together. So I went around and asked, my best friend and Sandy if that was okay, if they could share a room. And my best friend's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just sleeping. And Sandy was like, yeah, that's totally fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. Are you sure? Because I can give you the room by yourself. That's fine. And she's like, no. Like, it's your birthday, whatever. You have your man here. Like, stay with your man and I'll stay with her. Like, it's completely fine. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Please let me know if if you want me to change something else. Do you want to switch up the rooms? Like, let me know. You can sleep with me. I don't really care. I'm pissed at him anyways. Like, let me know. And she's like, nope, this is perfectly fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I would say we ended up playing some drinking games, and then fast forward, maybe like in 2 hours, 3 hours, I end up saying like, I'm going to bed. So I end up going to sleep, and as far as I know, like everyone was still hanging out, or like other people went to sleep or whatever, and everyone ended up winding down. Now, my boyfriend's friend and his friend ended up leaving, so the couch was completely free. And I was like, well, shoot, because other people like drink and they could have stayed if they weren't gonna stay. So anyways, let's just fast forward now. So we woke up and we got breakfast, and then everyone was like leaving because I think checkout was about like 1 p.m. or something like that. And so then we ended up, like going home and whatever. And so I would say a couple days later, I'm like at work and I end up hearing that Sandy was talking about me and talking about my party, and pretty much saying that like she was pretty much bitching about my party. Now let me tell you why. So she happened to be telling her sister, who works with us, that she didn't understand that she had to share a room and she had to pay more than everybody else, and it wasn't fair. Like, why did she have to share a room if she had to pay more than other people? Yada yada yada. And I'm just confused because when I hear about this, I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like, one, I asked if you wanted to share a room with her. I asked if you wanted to share a room with me, if you wanted to be in a room by yourself. I asked because I wanted to make sure that everyone was comfortable. And I think when I started working there, I just like wanted obviously to like be liked or whatever. So like I cared a lot about like if she was happy, and that's just so wrong because it was my party. Like, I should have been happy and only thought about myself, but I don't think about myself ever. So I was just like, okay, whatever. And so hearing the fact that she's telling like people, especially that I work with them, that to share a room and I paid more than everybody else and blah blah blah, I was just like, I cannot even believe this right now. Like, this has to be a joke, because I made sure that everyone was happy and I tried my best to make sure like people had a good time and facilitate a good time and make sure everyone was comfortable and whatever. And so the fact that she stated that she didn't really have a good time and then she was complaining makes me so upset. So I never ended up confronting her about this. I just was like, okay, cool, like we're not friends, because I just like, another thing too is like, if we are supposedly friends, and yes, it's only been 6 months, so I don't know how she thought of me, whatever, but if we are becoming friends, supposedly friends, whatever you want to call it, then why don't you tell me about how you feel? Because like, I know for damn sure, like if I don't like something, like I'm going to pretty much let somebody know. And yeah, she was younger, so maybe she just didn't know that yet, I don't know, but I just like, why wouldn't you tell me so I could like try and fix it, or like just not even like bitch about it to someone that works with me too, because obviously they're gonna be looking at me sideways and thinking something of me that's not even accurate. So when I ended up working with her sister and Sandy wasn't there that day, her sister ended up asking me how the party was, and I'm like, it was okay, because honestly I had the worst time there, because I kept trying to make sure like everyone else is happy, and like doing that and trying to be like the happy manager, it just does not work. Honestly, on your birthday you just need to be like, okay, this is the plan, this is the plan, this is the plan, and make sure you're having a good time. And the people that are around you should be having a good time because they're around you, and that's why they're there in the first place, because you clearly bring them happiness in some way. Okay, right? Okay. So I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, I had the worst time ever because my boyfriend sucked and he was late, and I kept trying to make sure that this bitch was happy the entire time, and her man didn't end up coming, and so I ended up spending even extra for a place and spending so much money on trying to make sure everyone was happy and all this different shit that I was like, I didn't even get to do anything. Like, I didn't get to get drunk. Like, I didn't get like nothing. Like, and then on top of that too, it was like My brother was the one who wanted us to do it together, and my brother was the one who wanted us to go to this adult play place. So I didn't even want to do that. So it was like, I just kept like pulling myself over to try to make everyone else happy except for myself, and I just didn't end up being happy. So what happened in that story, me and Sandy aren't really friends now. I would say like we're acquaintances, but that's it. Moral of the story is, especially on your birthday, don't ever try and make other people happy. If you know you're not gonna have a good time doing something, do not do it. Just don't do it. If you know people are flakes or whatever, don't let them come, because it will ruin it for you. If you know that, you know, you just want a lot of people, then fine, invite anyone that you just say hi to. But like, only invite genuine friends. And if it happens to be just, you know, only know like 3 genuine people, you're gonna have a much better time than having people that are there that aren't even genuine and they barely like you, and you are trying to make them happy and to make sure that they have a good time. Doesn't work. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.